Well, good morning, our beloveds. We gave her a message yesterday, but it just doesn't have the pizzazz that she is looking for. She wants us to provide greater insight, greater instruction, greater guidance, more understanding of what this phase is. We give you bits and pieces, we dribble out the information. She published the Embers of Awakening. Soon the workbook will be released as well. And then what? To what point? Who is listening? Why does this matter? She feels useless in a sea of psychics, tarot readers, mediums. Where does she matter in this journey? She feels important in the courtroom because her clients know that they matter. Therefore, they tell her that she matters. She saves people's souls in a different way there. It is throwing back one starfish at a time, making a difference in their lives. But she doesn't see where within this ethereal world her work matters. There are so many more proficient and probably even well-liked psychics, mediums, and intuitives. Where is her place within that constellation? And it's not that there's a sense of self-awareness or lack of self-awareness. It's just, do I matter? Why do I matter? If I were to disappear, I don't think it would matter, because the universe will course correct with somebody else. So why should I keep doing this other than I enjoy it? She really likes Lee Harris now. He offers the vibrational input that she would like to offer, and yet he is there, and he is well liked and well followed. Why does she need to exist in this universal place of fortune tellers, way showers, predictors, guides from the other side? It is simply the shamanic way. We choose who we choose, and you choose to accept and follow or reject, and we walk away for a time or for forever. It simply is science, it simply is math, right? So why does she matter? Because she has a place with Firefly Energy that others don't. We communicate through her in a way that others don't receive the communications. She holds a vibration that is unique and distinct from Lee Harris or the other mediums and intuitives and trans-channelers out there. Her journey is uniquely hers. And even if the world were filled with all of the trans-channelers and mediums needed to move from the Piscean age to the age of Aquarius, she would still be needed. It is like art. Would you say there is enough art in the world, and therefore I should pursue something different? Because why does the world need another artist? It is not about who you touch with the art. It is how the art, the making, the process of the art changes you. It makes you, more authentic, more lovable, more sassy and spicy, more playful, more embodied. When we use our bodies to express what we came to do, it matters, because our vibration, the universal vibration, changes, because you are out there sparkling so bright, feeling that infusion of the energetic imprint versus sitting behind a desk doing something mindless, boring, where others drone on a topic that you are so not interested in, but you need to pay your bills. Once you find that thing that makes you sparkle and light up, even if it makes $0 and nobody follows you, it matters. You matter, because you are finding something on your journey. So remember, When you are called forth for a purpose, a spiritual or soul purpose, it is not because you are changing the world. It is because you are becoming embodied in your own life. And when you become embodied, you fulfill your life's purpose. And as we all know, right? The life's purpose is not to only change you, but the world around you, to become a better place where humanity can thrive, not just survive, and also become embodied. And then there's Mother Earth. She wishes to become more fully embodied now as well. So how does your footprint on Mother Earth's surface change her for the better while living in this really toxic space? Do you have a large footprint, a small one? Are you mindful? Have you given up? What can you do to sustain Mother Earth in a way that will allow the next generation to live and thrive, not just survive? What puzzle piece are you to help to bring this about, where if everybody just fulfilled their own puzzle piece, never worrying about if somebody else is fulfilling their puzzle piece, you complete the picture. So we will tell our trans-channeling, therapist-minded, legal advocate, zealous thumper on the table of, this is not good enough, we deserve more. We tell her that she matters because she is becoming fully embodied, and the people around her can feel it, and they like her more now than they did before, if they are of her vibration. And if they are not, they will like her less because she is becoming more authentic, and her authenticity irritates the lack of authenticity in their own vibration. Like attracts like. This is a time where you just need to figure out and get to figure out and are being encouraged to figure out and inspired to figure out, how can I be more embodied today? We will use less authenticity because it gets misconstrued. How do I become more embodied today, where I really encompass my entire physical being, as painful as it may be? How can I notice what my toes feel, my hips feel, my knees, my hair follicles, to really be present in every part of your body? Because you matter. You no longer need to be floating above your head with just a little bubble in your brain because you're thinking. We want you to experience the heart, the groin, the knees, all of your joints, the bottoms of your feet, the bottoms of your bottom. It all matters. Sit for 1 hour if you can every day, not necessarily thinking, but just experiencing what it feels like to be in your body. Notice your breath. This is where our another struggles, because to become embodied, fully embodied like that, means she will cry more. Her memories will bubble up again from her past, her childhood, as well as in her marital context. Those were painful times, and she's still not fully ready to embody herself because it saddens her. Her losses, her memories, they haunt her. But then there are those beautiful memories, those moments where things were going well. It was harmonious. It wasn't destructive. This is where she is at right now in her own journey, 7 years out from what we would call the divorce, but the separation, where she became single, sovereign, solitary. She's had to go within and say, how did I allow this to happen? Why did I allow this to happen? Explain it to me, because I know it makes sense. And then you get to know your parts, and your parts will share the wounds, the hurts, the fears. And then you sit and you talk with them. And then there's another one and another one. It is an endless journey of discovery. That is how you become embodied, to get to know every part of you. But first, we need you to do something that you love, that inspires you, that makes you want to stick around, even if it is just for today, because you have hope within yourself, that you may not see in the world around you. The world around you is a stage. You can change your perspective by turning off the news, by turning off the sirens, by going within, by recognizing the outside world may be incredibly destructive, but you have an imagination. You have a space where you can still learn what it is to feel love. And then for those of you who are literally in a war zone, you can figure out what survival looks like, what resiliency looks like, what mind structures can you create to give you hope of a better future, even though your current now is hellish. But what you all don't realize is that wealth creates almost the same hellish embodiment as poverty does. It's just a different perspective. You all are lonely and alone, and maybe even a little bitter about it. Even where you pretend you have friends, are you being vulnerable with your friend? Or have you created an eggshell casing to keep you safe so that when you become vulnerable and get rejected, you don't feel that? See if you can make yourself vulnerable and allow others to reject you. And feel that the rejection is more that this is not right for them and has nothing to do with you. If you can learn to love yourself in the spite of the rejection, which also comes in the art world, in any world, you then realize that I am good enough, I just haven't found my tribe. And how can I be a kind, loving human being who also can say, you're not my person, or that project is not my project, because it's not what I want to spend my time on right now. When everybody becomes themselves more authentically, more embodied, when they feel what feels good and what doesn't, and they can say no because their body says no, and they do it without shame or guilt, that is when you all can come together as one. Because you all are one, but you still see separation, and there is no separation. Your toe does not reject your knee. It just does what the toe does. It doesn't do what the knee does. And there is no rejection. But there is a resiliency where the toe, if it gets injured, will heal, and the knee will be out of alignment when the toe is injured. But then they can come back into harmony and balance, to become embodied, to operate and function as a single being. That is no different than Mother Earth and all of her tributaries and all of her extensions. Everything is one organism. And when one part is out of balance, it does throw the rest out of balance. And then there is the growth. Mother Earth is growing, literally and figuratively. And you're going to need to figure out what that means for you without fear. Leaning into the what if. How can this be a beautiful thing happening while there is so much destruction? That is what growth looks like. That is what a wildfire is. That is what birth is. You need to destroy what was in order to allow something new to emerge that will bring forth what the Aquarian age is meant to do. If you want the specifics, follow the other transmissions. We bring about what we bring about. It's that that particular prophecy from the Hopi Collective. That's what we do to embody Mother Earth, to bring her back into balance and you back into balance, so that humanity can not only survive but thrive as it moves into the Aquarian age. And so it is. Namaste.